Hello. So today we are going to learn about the customer churn dataset analysis, where I'm going to conduct here data analysis and the visualization part. So let's take the case study here for the customer churn dataset analysis here. So let's see here, right now, today, customer churning is highly important. As we know that there are several companies as well as several service providers. So what happens generally if people are taking the services or consuming the products basically, number of customers churn in between, they leave in between those services. So here we are here we are taking the demonstration that why the customers are churning, that why the customers are leaving the services. So that particular data analysis, we are doing it here by taking the entire data set for the customers here. So here, let's talk about the customer churn data set analysis here. Customer churn refers to the phenomena where customers discontinue their relationships or subscription with a company or service provider. It represents the rate at which customers stop using the company's product or services within a specific period. So churn is an important metric for businesses and it directly impacts the revenue growth and the customer retentions. So here, inside this data set, we can see here there is a churn label here inside the particular data set. The churn label is indicating whether a customer has churned or not, basically. So a churned customer is one who has decided to discontinue the subscription or usage of the company's services here. On the other hand, the non-churn customer is one who continues to remain engaged and retains their relationship with the company here. So here we need to understand the customer churn that is crucial for the businesses to identify the patterns, factors, and indicators that contribute to customers' attrition. By analyzing the churn behavior and its associated features, companies can develop strategies to retain the existing customer, improving the customer satisfaction, and to reduce the customer turnover. Here we are making the predictive modeling techniques that can be also applied to forecast and proactively address potential churn, enabling companies to take proactive measures to retain at-risk customers here. So here I'm going to take a customer churn data set. This is mentioned here, customer churn data set training master.csv. Here inside this customer churn data set, the entire collection of the customer's record is nearby 4,40,000 here. That is along with their respective features and the churn labels are present here. So basically this file, which is a customer churn CSV file that is having a primary resource for training our machine learning models here. So basically here we are just first of all making the data analysis based onto this 4 lakh record. That is the 4 lakh and the 40,000 records here. So here inside the data set, we are having the feature such as age, gender, tenure, usage frequency, support calls, payment delay, subscription type, contract length, total spends, and the last interactions. Here, the labels which we are having, that one is a churn label that indicates the customers has churned. If the label is indicating 1, so it means the customers has left out the subscription services. And the customer is, if the churn label is 0, that means the customer churn label is 0 there. So here we are leveraging this training file that can develop businesses here to find out the accurate churn prediction models here. So let's take this file now here. So here, first of all, I'm going to call here a lot of libraries here. So inside the libraries here, just I had loaded here, you can see customer churn dataset .csv.zip. Why I'm writing here inside the read CSV, I'm taking a zip file. That's why I'm adding here one of the parameter compression is equal to zip, because currently the file is in zipped mode here. So that's why internally, because 4 lakhs records are there. So hence, it's not possible to open the file here in Jupyter. So that's why compression parameter is settled down to zip so that the parameter could understand that the file is in zip mode, that is not in unzip mode here. So one can see here into the read CSV, I had just created the data frame here. where if we can see the total number of features here, customer ID is present, age is present, gender, tenure means how many months. This tenure is basically related with that how many months the customer is retaining with us here. This particular feature we are talking about here, just right here. This particular feature here. This tenure is basically related with the months, that how many months the particular customers is retaining with a company services or the products here. Then there is a usage frequency. There's one of the parameter coming here is the usage frequency, that how many times the customer used our services. How many times the customers gave a support call to us. How many months the payment delays are present here. And what are the subscription type they had took, such as they had purchased the basic subscription type, they had purchased the standard subscription type, or they had purchased the premium subscription type. What is the general contract length here? That one is a monthly, that one is an annually, or that's a quarterly here, right? And here, total spend means how many expenditure the customers has given, how many payments the customer has provided it here. And into the last interaction here, that here in how many months the customers has interacted. And this churn is basically given here. Suppose here, this is a customer ID 1. The customer is a gender female with the age of 22. And here the churn is given as a 1. It means this particular customer has left out the subscription services. And if in case, suppose customer ID 2 is there at the age of 41 here, gender is female here. So this particular customer has taken the subscription standard type and the churn is 0. It means the customer has left out the services. And here, if I'm talking about 1 means here, yes, the customer has left out the services, but 0 if I'm looking at here, so no, the customer does not left out the services. They are still into the retaining. Means these customers are retaining with the products or the services provided by the company. And wherever the 1 is there into the churn label, it means the customer has left out the services, right? So this one I had just doing the pandas data analysis, where here I'm taking df.head, where it is going to show you the top 5 rows here. Data frame.tail, here it is going to give you the bottom 5 rows here. These are the bottom 5 rows here. You can just check it out here. Here, customer IDs are mentioned here. Nearby 4 lakhs some customers are there. And just let me check it out here. Okay, this was a total record here I'm talking about. And here you can see if this is df.tail here, it is mentioning here churn. Inside the churn, it is mentioning here 1. So 1 means here the customers has left out the services. The customers has left out the subscription here in 1. Okay. And they had taken the contract length. Here you can see what type of subscriptions they have taken, such like the basic, standard, and the premium one. And what is the contract length? The contract length is going with a monthly here. You can check it out, please. Monthly, the contract length is there. And the churn label is basically 1. 1 means, yes, the customers has left out the subscription in these cases. In a similar way, we can just check it out the sample here. Suppose here I'm talking about the 7 samples here. So 7 rows randomly they are displaying here. Some of the churn labels are providing here 0 and some of them are providing 1. Wherever we are providing here 0, 0 means here the customers has left out the subscription, and with 1, those 0 means here the customers are retaining with the subscription, and with the 1 means the customers are in one case here, the customers has left out the subscription. Okay, so again, I'm repeating it here. These one are yes, retaining case these are, and these are no retaining case. So I can say simply 1 is denoting left case here, and 0 is denoting here existing customers. In this way, we can understand the churn label. 0 is for the existing customer, and one is for the left out customer here. Now let me check it out here, df.info. Inside this df.info here, we are getting here details of the customers here, customer ID, age, gender, tenure, frequency, support calls, payment deal, subscription type. Entire information we are getting, that is there any null data or not, how many total records are there. This is present here. We are doing certain description also, df.describe here. Inside this, we are checking it out here, that what are the customer ID, age, tenure, usage frequency, and all the features are presenting here. Inside it, we can see certain mean, standard deviation, minimum, and the maximum values are given. Also, it is just giving you entire statistical summary in case of description method of data frame here. We are getting the 25%, 50%, and 75th percentile also here inside this statistical summary of the entire data set here. If we check it out here, you can just start observing the data which is providing here. Suppose you see here age. What is the mean age coming here? That the mean age of the people who took the subscription, that is nearby 41, and 31 is the mean tenure. It means they had retained, means all the customers are retaining nearby 31 months. And approximately 15 times they had used the particular product. This one is the usage frequencies, and nearby support calls they are giving here. Means they are receiving the support calls here nearby 5 here. Payment delays are also given there, and the total spend, this one is the average of total spend or the total payments we had received here. And if we check it out, how much is the standard deviation here into the age, tenure, or usage frequency, it means here that nearby up and down, we can say the age is 40 minus 13 also. It means the people who are at the age of average, I can say 40, if it is 40, so 40 minus 13 here, let's say nearby 27. The people who have taken the subscription, they are at the age of 27, and plus 13 also you can take it here, so nearby 53. So people are making the round of the age between 27 to 53 for the particular subscriptions, the product subscriptions here. When we talk about the usage frequency here, so nearby standard deviation is coming with the 8. It means if we are having 15 here, so 15 minus 8 and 15 plus 8. So we can say nearby approximately 22 to 23 times the person has used the particular product. Okay, and means here approximation nearby 7 to 23 times the particular product or the subscription has been used by the customer here. Okay, here it is mentioned, just like if I say minimum age is 18 and the maximum age is 65. The people who had subscribed the particular product subscription, these are the minimum, like minimum 1 month the person has, any customer or person has used the product, and maximum product has been consumed for month of 60. So it means 1 month to 60 month the product has been consumed. Usage frequency, minimum and the maximum data are provided here. Similarly, support calls or the payment delays are mentioned here into the minimum and the maximum here. These 25th percentile to the 25th percentile, 50th percentile, or 75th percentile, they are all indicating the median. Suppose 50th percentile is there, that is indicating the median of the data, So from here, basically, Panda's described method is providing entire statistical summary. Okay, that one is entirely providing a statistical summary here. After that, we are trying to find out that inside this data set, do we have any null data here? So currently inside this data set, there is no null data here. df.shape here. Inside the shape here, nearby 64,000 data set is there. So let me tell you why this variation is coming here. Because if I talk about the entire churn data set here, so inside that data set in entire one, nearby here 4 lakh records, customer records are there. But what is happening here? Actually, the file is divided into two. That's the training file and the testing file. So one of the file here, I'm taking it here. So that's why here it is displaying into the shape here 64,000 because the data has been divided into the training set and the testing set here. Okay, let me check it out the columns. What are the column names here? So it is just displaying with the help of df.column the column names here. Various column names or feature names are displayed here. We are doing the more pandas data analysis here, just like df.log here. Inside the df.log, here we are putting here, show me all the rows here. We are just displaying here, show me all the rows here and the columns here. Okay, so rows and the columns here, we are providing it here. So age only column, I want to see it here. So it is here. Suppose here I want to check it out with the log function. First top 10 rows with the age column, because here, if you are taking entirely without any indexing here, I'm just giving the range. So here from 0 to entire record, it is just giving me the age column. But at the same time here, if I'm taking df.log 0 to 10, so it means here it is giving me the entire rows from 0 to 10 for the age column particularly. If suppose here any other column, I want to see it here. So that is, if I want to check it out, 0 to 20 rows with a support calls column, because as we see here, there is a support calls column here. Here it is a support calls column. So here I want to see that. So here data frame.log function. Log function is a basically location based or the label based function here. Here we can check it out 0 to 20 rows. It is displaying here with the support calls columns here, we can just check it out. If I want to check it out, the churn only means here churn label only, the last column here I want to see. And only total number of log function means here 0 to 8 rows I want to check it out with the churn label. So here data frame dot log function, which is a label based or the location based function it is. So here we can just check it out. 0 to 8 rows here and the churn column here it is displaying here. Some of the value it is showing as a 1 or some of the values it is showing as a 0. One value means here the customers has left out our services. 0 means the customer is retaining the services. They are still taking the services here. These are the entire data frame here. You can just check it out. Entire columns as well as the rows are present here. Now here I'm going to use the df.ilog function because here we are doing the pandas data analysis for the particular data set here. Here we can see inside the data frame.index location function, ilog I had provided here. You can please check it out, ilog. As you know, ilog function is used for the index location function here, index location here. So inside the index location here, we need to give entire index into the rows. And to fetch out the column also, here also we have to give the entire indexes here in ilog function here. So here I'm just taking the customer ID, age, gender, tenure, and the usage frequency it is here. So here I want to fetch out 0 to 5 columns here. So 0 to 5. So here if I am checking it out, suppose here I'm making the indexes here. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 0 to 5 I want to capture. So whenever I'm writing it here, 0 to 5 here. So here I'm getting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to 4 I'm getting here columns because here up to n. So n minus 1 range we are getting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So up to 0 to 4 number of columns we are getting. N column we are not getting here. That is basically exclusive here. After doing this analysis here, suppose here I want to explore it more. So here I'm just taking df.ilog index location functions, where here I'm taking entire rows from 0 to 10 and columns from 0 to 5 here. So 0 to 10 rows here, so it means 0 to 9 rows because this 10 whenever we are taking, this is an n and we have to count up to n minus 1 only. Whenever we are talking about the ranges here, up to n minus 1 I have to give. not n I can take it here. That is an exclusive. If I'm talking about the column here, so 0 to 5, so 5 means n. So again, I have to fetch out up to n minus 1 range. So here we can say, start taking the data from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So these data, we can take that. Okay, so that's why we are getting here 0 to 9 rows as well as 0 to 4. So 0, if I start drawing the indexes here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this much data we can fetch it out here. Again, I'm checking out the column names here. Now what we'll be doing, here I'm using the value count functions here. Inside the value count functions, we are checking it out that what are the genders here basically. Means because there is one of the column as a gender. And inside the gender, we are having category, male or the female. If I want to have an analysis that inside this customer churn data set, I want to analyze that how many total number of genders are there. It's how many males or how many females are there. So that value counts if I need it. So that one is basically data frame dot value counts here. So data frame dot value counts is one of the function through which I can just check it out, the gender. So inside the gender, some of the gender, like here, if female is given here, so 34,000 females and 30,000 males data are there. Okay, there's one more here, just like if I talk about the subscription type. Again, this subscription type is having a categorical data, such as the customer has taken what type of subscription. That one is a monthly subscription, that one is a quarterly subscription, or that one is an annual subscription. So I want to find out that which particular subscription the customer has taken, monthly, quarterly, or the annually. So in that case here, I'm just making the data frame dot value count subscription type. Here we are getting one output that we are having the standard, basic, or the premium subscription. Okay. Wait here. Just one more thing I have to check. Just wait here. Subscription type. Let me check it out. One more thing here. Wait. Okay. This one which I'm talking about, that monthly, annually, or the quarterly, they are basically, it is saying contract land. That comes into the contract land. So what we can do, we can make the value counts for the contract length also. And here, if I'm talking about the subscription type here, that means the basic, standard, or the premium type here consideration is there. So inside this data set, if I want to know that what is the subscription type basically here, let me check it out here. Here we can see subscription type is basically in standard, 21,500 people took the standard subscription. Basic subscription has been took by 21,451 people, and premium subscription has been took by 21,421 people here. Now, if I talk about the contract length here, so inside the contract length, let's say 22,000 people has took the monthly contract length, 21,000 people approximately, they took the annual contract length, and 20,000 people nearby, they took the quarterly contract length. So majority of the people are taking the monthly contract length, first of all. Number one, this is one. And if I talk about the subscription type here, so here, if I see as the conclusion here, monthly plan, people are taking, just wait here, let me write it. Monthly plan, people are taking, as from here we are getting, and majority of the people are taking the standard subscription here. They have took the standard subscription here. So monthly plan plus standard subscription, these are the two subscriptions we are getting. These are the two things we are getting it here. Now, we did a lot of data frame analysis. I did it here, means with the help of pandas, I did it here. Now I want to do certain visualization as well, which comes into the data visualization. For the data visualization, we know that we are having basically two libraries. One is Matplotlib. This is very popular library that works for the two-dimensional, 2D dimensions visualization. It can do it here. And on top of it, there is a Seaborn library. So here, I'm going to use the data, this one, one is Matplotlib library, as well as Seaborn library here. I'm going to use that. so that I can do certain data visualization. When we talk about here, Seaborn library here, so here we are going to use this library. We are going to use this library for the data visualization purpose. So here I'm making one of the analysis that what are the churn rate. We are doing the demographic segmentation analysis where we are going to check the churn rate as per the gender here. That how much churning is there as per the gender. So here if I'm looking demographic segmentation analysis by gender churn rate analysis here. So here we are going to calculate churn rate by gender. So what I'm doing it here I'm using the pandas usage group by clause. Data frame dot group by, I want to make it that kindly make the group of the gender and just check it out as per the mean of churn column. It means take both of the column, the gender column, as well as take the churn column. And here, just find out the group by clause here. So use the grouping, it means make the grouping of the gender and also find out the churn mean basically. So we are looking here churn by gender here. So churn by gender and this particular variable which we are getting, this particular variable, I want to deploy it here into the Seaborn bar plot here because we are doing the visualization here. So here I'm taking churn rate by gender here. So churn rate by gender here, it is just giving the churning rate of the females are 55% and the churning rate of the males is 38%. What does it mean? The female churning rate is very high. It means the females are taking the subscription, using them, and after that, they are leaving the subscription. So this one is overall analysis we are getting from the churn rate by gender when we are doing the demographic segmentation analysis. The same variable churn by gender, if I'm putting it here into the Seaborn bar plot here. So here I'm taking the two variables x and y because if we are trying to plot it here x and y, so two values I'm getting the x and y. Here we are getting the churn by gender index and in the y we are getting the churn by gender values. Okay, so if I'm taking these one here, so if we can see here, I'm using cbond.barplot, then matplotlib.title churn rate by gender, which is displayed here. And into the X label and into the Y label, I just put the labels here, gender as well as the churn rate here. If we check it out here, the same displaying which is coming here with the churn by gender here. So this is displaying here, you can see female churn rates are very high, nearby 55% it is approximation, and male churn rate is less. So it means one has to focus on the female customers here. One has to focus on the female customers so that the churn rate could be less in this case here. Now let's do certain more analysis here. So here we are doing calculate overall churn rate. That what is the average churn rate is going on? So the average churn rate is going on, that one is a 47%. Here we are finding it out, df churn dot mean here. So inside it here, df churn dot mean, here it is finding it out, 47 overall churn rate is moving. So it means churning is very fast. It means people are taking the subscription and then they are leaving the subscription. If we are doing the churn rate by gender, just now I did it. So that one is 55% churn rate is with a female. So one has to handle the female candidate, that how to retain these candidates and why they are leaving it. What type of subscription they are taking, why, what is the reason that they are leaving the subscription after taking the monthly subscription they are taking, annual subscription they are taking, or they are taking the quarterly subscriptions. Once we are analyzing these things, so one should know that what is the reason behind it and how we can reduce down the churn rate here. If we are taking here average tenures of the churned customer, that it means how many months the particular customers is retaining. So that one is average tenure of the churn customer is 35.52. It means the customer is retaining with the 35 months here. Okay, that is the average churn rate. So after 35 months, they are moving away. So one has to find out the reasons that why the customers are leaving now. This is the same here. Wait here. Now let me do certain more analysis here. One is histogram of customers tenure here. So one can see here Cbond dot, okay, here I'm just making the hist plot. And here I want to make the distribution. I want to see the distribution of customers tenure. That how much tenure the customers are retaining here. So here DF tenure, data frame tenure columns here I'm taking. And from there, just I'm making the Cbond as well as matplotlib labeling here. I'm doing a tenure count here. So if I want to do the histogram I want to make and I want to find out what is the basic tenure period the customer is retaining here from the column here, data frame tenure. So that one is here. So average tenure, if I check it out from here, I'm making it a little bit down zoom here. So average tenure is moving here. 30, you can see it here. The tenure means how many months the particular customer is retaining here. We can just take it out here. Let's see here. Here it is saying that number of people nearby 30 up to 30 months. Nearby 2,700 people retained with the product, and after that they left out the product. Okay, so it means a major loss is coming to the company because why they had left out the product. If I want to do a little bit more churn analysis here with the usage frequency, that how much used the customers has used the particular product, what is the frequency of using the particular product, that I want to make the analysis here. So as per the graph here, I'm just making the box plot graph here. Here I'm taking cbond.box plot where I'm taking the churn in respective of usage frequency, that how many times the particular customers used the particular product. So that usage frequency I want to make it here. So here we can see inside this box plot here, 0 to here, if I say 3 means here between it is coming to 5 here. So 3 to 30 nearby means 30 times on an average. 0 to 30 means 30 times on an average the product has been used as a usage frequency. So it means nearly 30 times the product has been used by, I say by the people who are still retaining with us. And if I talk about the churn rate, suppose 1 is coming here. So those people also means here average use of the particular product is basically 30. So it means 30 months nearby, the particular product has been traced, the particular product has been used. And after that, the customer has left out that product. Okay, now let me check it out, the count plot also. Inside the count plot here, we have to check subscription type here. So in cbond.count plot here, here subscription type is mentioned here. So because here we can say nearby basic subscription type. These are the number of people who had took the basic subscription type, standard subscription type, and the premium subscription type. These are the various subscription basically people has taken. Okay, people has taken all the subscriptions here. Now, if we check it out, the contract length here. So what is the contract length here? Basically, so here we are trying to make the graph here. Visualization, we are doing it here. So here we are taking the data frame.value counts contract length and we are plotting this one, TF, here as a contract length. You can see cbond.count plot. What is the monthly, annual, or the quarterly contract length provided here? So here it is just showing, wait here, here it is just showing you monthly contract length at nearby 20, about 20,000. Let's say it is suppose 22,000 people took the monthly monthly contract length. Little bit less people are taking the annual contract length and the quarterly contract length little bit low. So it means majority of the people are taking they are taking the monthly contract length. So now one needs to define that number of people are moving towards the monthly contract length. So one has to think that can we move people towards the annual and the quarterly contract length so that the product usage could be more and the people should not leave the subscription. So in this way, one has to plan the strategy here. Now let's see here the churn rate by subscription. It means which subscription the person has taken and what is the churn rate corresponding to that subscription type here. So here we are just using the data frame group by clause. So group by data frame dot group by subscription type and the churn here we are taking subscription. What is the subscription type? And correspondingly, what is the churn mean coming here with corresponding to subscription type here. So if we are checking it out, churn rate by subscription here. So in cbon.bar plot, we are checking it out, churn by subscription index and churn by subscription values. Both of the things I want to display inside the cbon. And matplotlib also we are going to use it for the title, X label and the Y label here. So here we can see that data frame dot group by subscription type, churn dot mean is coming here. So one can read this data. This is the output coming here. It is saying that churn rate by subscription type, if anybody has borrowed the basic subscription type. So basic subscription type, 48% churn is there. It means in basic subscription type, highest churn rate is there. So it means many of the people has left out the subscription. Premium subscription type, though the churn is there, but it is less, 46. And the standard subscription type, it is 47. So it means the highest churn rate, the people are leaving the services in case of basic subscription type. But if the people are taking a premium subscription type, that one is good. That if we align a premium service type, premium subscription type to the customer, so in that case, the churn rate would be less. So in this way also one can think it how to plan out the strategies here. Here also one can see it in the visualization here that the churn rate is higher into the basic subscription type. Okay, in premium it is less or in standard it is less. In premium it is more less here. Now here we can see, suppose I want to make graph. I want to visualize the graph with a scatter plot or any other plot also we can do. So here we can see that what is the tenure, what is the total spend coming here. Means here I want to analyze how many months the people are staying with us, what is the tenure period, and how much the total spends they are doing it here. And here Q is equal to churn means here I'm taking the third column also because in cbon we can use three-dimensional data. Just like in matplotlib we can use only two-dimensional data. In cbon we can use the three-dimensional data. So here we can take the third dimension as a hue. Inside the hue we are taking the churn. Whenever we are taking a hue, it should be a categorical data into the form of 0, 1, 2. So here I want to understand that how many months, how many tenure period, along with the total spend, the customer is staying or going. What is the churning rate here? That I want to understand. So here, tenure versus total charges here it is giving. So here you can see this blue line, blue dots and the orange dot it is giving here. So here blue dot is for the 0 churn, orange dot is for the 1 churn. 0 churn means here, still the customer is retaining with us. And in case of 1, orange color, the customer has gone. They had left the subscription. So you can see here into the initial month, you just focus here. Into the initial month here, customers start moving, means here into the 20th or 25th month, customers starts releasing the subscription. They are releasing the subscription. They are no more taking the services here. Blues are that they are retaining with us. They had not released. Okay. So into the 10 to 20th month only, between that, customer starts moving away from the platform. They are no more taking the subscription. Okay, very less customers are moving towards the 30th month, 40th month, or the 50th month. So here one has to find out that why the persons or the customers has like left out the subscription. So this point, like company has to think it here that uh, why the customers are leaving out the subscription with this case. Now let's move ahead and do certain more data analysis. That one is snf.cat plot. Here inside the c1.cat category plot, if I want to understand what is the scenario with the contract length and the total spent along with the churn. It means I want to understand that how much month the customer is retaining, how much spends they are doing it, along with they after that they have churned or not. Churn means they had if churn is 1, so it means they had left the subscription. 0 means they are retaining with the subscription. They are still our customers there. So here, if I check it out, monthly, you can see here. If you see this data, contract length, total spend. Contract length and total spend. This one is a contract length, monthly, annual, and the quarterly, and the total spends are here. So here we can see the churn rate and here also, here. Churn rate is 1, means left. Churn rate is higher here. This orange bar is higher here. This bar is less here. This bar is less here. It means people has left the subscription in monthly cases. So what does it mean? Majority of the people are leaving the subscription in monthly cases here. So one has to think it out that in annual or quarterly, the subscription is still there. The people are using the particular product services, but now here in monthly, the people are majority into the monthly and they had left out the subscription in monthly case. I'm doing certain more data analysis, data visualization here. I'm doing it here, where we are looking with the KDE plot, kernel density estimation plot here. And here I'm looking that what is the total spend and here what is the churn. It means how much the person has did the total spend and after that what is the churning rate here. Okay. So here we are using a matplotlib and a C1 library here. And here we are looking the show method here. So here I'm taking total spend and the density, that how much here, wait, total and the density, automatically density will come in. So into the distribution of total spend by churn rate, churn status here I'm getting that the total spend is basically, see here, see, churn rate is basically 0 to 1. Churn rate is basically 0 to 1 here. So one can see here the churn rate is in initial month only. Initial month as well as in initial total spend. Suppose the customer has reached to spend of 200 to 400. In between the churn rate is there. So it means customers has left up to the spends of 400. So nearby 200 to 400, if the spendings are there, so there only the customers are leaving. Okay. If one has spent above 400, 600, 800 or 1000, the customers are not leaving the platforms. They are not leaving the services here. If I want to analyze more here, as per the data, so here we can see what is the contract length, how much the spend is there, and what is the churn rate here. What is the churn rate here? And what is the kind here? What is the kind here? Means here, kind box plot, I want to make it here, along with contract length and total spend. Okay, what is the contract length? How much the total spend is there? And the third column here, I'm taking hue, where the churn rate will be 0 or 1. And here I'm taking the fourth column here with the column gender. So for the female, separate C bond will be created, and for the male, separate C bond will be created. So let us check it out this case here. See here it is mentioned female, basically female case here. Female case is here. So it means female here, they are, wait. Females, they are taking majority of the monthly cases here. Means here females are taking the majority of the monthly cases, and their churn rate is higher in monthly cases. In female, churn rate is higher in monthly cases. In annual cases, the females are not leaving the subscription, and quarterly cases, the females are not, they are not moving away from the platform. They are still using the services, but in monthly cases, the females are moving away from the particular services, number one. But in male cases here, all are going with the average here. Okay? In male cases, basically here, all are going as an average. That is not just like in this female cases here, that in monthly subscription, they are moving away from the platform. But here, these are going normal. It means if the male candidates are there, they have the subscription, so almost they are continuing the subscription. Though the churn rate is there, but still subscriptions are with them in male cases. But in female cases, monthly subscriptions are moving, but the females are retaining in annual and quarterly. So one should think that how to convert the female candidates to annual or the quarterly subscription so that they cannot leave the particular platform or the particular services here. In CatNote here, I'm just also checking it out. If how many support calls are going and accordingly what is the churn rate here. So here also we are looking that basically if the support call is increasing, one can understand this graph in this way. If the support call is increasing, suppose 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So at that case, churn rate is higher. So here it is 1, here it is 0, here it is 1. So it means if more support calls are going, so it means the customers is fed up and they had left it. One means they had left the particular subscription type or particular product here. If I want to see payment delay also, as per the churn, that what is the significance of the payment delay with the churn? So here also you can see, as soon as the payment delays are moving ahead, the churn rates are higher. It means if the customers are not giving the payment automatically, they leave the subscription. That is basically understanding we can do it here from this case here. Now, after doing so much data analysis, Pandas data analysis, as well as the visualization, I did it here. So there are certain recommendations to reduce down the customer churn, which companies has to follow. So based on the insight gathered from the analysis, here are certain recommendations to reduce customer churn. First of all, one has to focus on customer retention in the first year, because the customers are moving away from the platform in the first monthly plan. So here, this analysis revealed a higher churn rate during the initial month of the customer's tenure here. So one has to think how to provide personalized welcome packages, proactive support, and incentives for early contact renewals. It means how we can provide more and more attractive offers so that the customers could be converted into our quarterly plan or the yearly plan. We have to address the gender-specific churn factors as well. One has to focus on the female side as well, where one can think that how to give the support interactions, service usage calls here to support our female candidates who are churning highest in monthly subscription here. So one have to tailor the retention strategies accordingly. We can offer certain flexible contract options also. We can improve the customer support as well as the customer quality here, their service quality here. We can offer promotions and incentives also just for the customer retention. Okay, so we can offer higher total charges. Customers with higher total charges are less likely to churn. Consider offering loyalty program, discounts, or exclusive benefit to high value customers to further incentive them to stay. It means we can offer some very good programs, discounted offer, and some beneficial programs to retain the high valued customers here. We can keep on monitoring the satisfaction and the feedback report as well here. So here we are monitoring the customer satisfaction and the feedback regularly. That is highly required. You can do the surveys, social media monitorings also one can keep on doing and ask the customer feedback so that we can find out any problem which is existing by the customer here. We can analyze the usage patterns and identify at-risk customers also. So we can leverage the data analytics to identify the customers' exhibit patterns. It means we can think it why the customer is moving away from the platform associated with a high churn probability. We can develop the predictive models to forecast churn and proactively target at-risk customer and personalization retention offers here. We can invest in customer education and engagement as well here. For that, we can do certain engagement program through online communities, webinars, and interactive tutorials just to foster a sense of community and loyalty among customers as well. Such type of programs we can do it so that we can retain our customer. The customer churn should be reduced here and we can improve customer retentions here. We can build up strong customer relationships here. We can provide exceptional services and we can address customers' needs proactively. So here we have to continuously monitor and analyze your data to refine your strategies and stay ahead in evolving customers' behavior. So this one is entire case study I took to have a customer churn analysis where a lot of companies are suffering from the same case here. A lot of customers come to the platforms and slowly they move away from the platform. So churning is the major problems existing into the industry. So one can use this data set analysis here, one to understand that how to reduce down the customer churns. This is all for today. Thank you very much.